What's the best thing about IB? I think the best thing is just the challenge that it brings. I like being challenged.
And it feels, yeah, with the atmosphere of the school feels way small. I don't feel like I'm at like a 2,000 person school. It feels way smaller.
I like in English we get to have open discussions about our book or whatever book we're reading, so we have a lot of like just everyone gets to talk, not just like the teacher, and share their ideas. And I also like it like math and physics, like you don't think they're creative, but you get to like do a lot of independent projects, and we get to do that IB math project where we get to choose our own topic.
It helps me look at different things at a different point of view.
I feel like we're actually really creative, like in school doing the IB diploma. Like in English this year, we've had a lot of really creative projects to do.
IB teaches you how to learn. You get along with people better because it's much more open, it's much more out there, there's much more discussion.
So we had to like basically write a Shakespearean like monologue kind of instead of doing an essay on it, so that was really fun to do. Because it was like what Mr. Slum said is like if you really know something, you can create it, and that's like highest level of knowing with like teaching.
You learn as much from the students as you do from the teachers.
I don't understand something that Mr. Rudisill says, I can go to someone else and they'll explain it to me. I feel like that's a really helpful thing to have in a classroom.
You go in circles.
Well, we haven't had a formal essay yet. We had to write a soliloquy on Shakespeare.
I spend most of my Sunday nights at people's houses, like working on homework and studying for tests.
Yeah, it's a system that brings like-minded people together, and therefore they're able to have like this common goal and help each other out.
For our final, we're doing a poem like with the class, all making it together on our generation.
And all these themes kind of blend together, so we really have a really complete understanding of what's going on.
It's cool to do like poems where you create poems and like we have to like write commentaries about them and analyze the poems that we do.
I really like discussions, and I think discussions are fun, but
what I've been doing is like it's like this light theremin, and then like the way the like intensity of the light that hits it will change like the frequency of the noise that comes out of the speaker.
The teachers here do their best to help you learn more, gain more experience through performance.
You don't like that actually life is messy and that like things overflow.
I know life is messy, I just like
you don't want school to be messy. But school should be exactly like life. We're preparing you for life, right? We're not preparing you for little boxes.
Our presentation is on when does love become obsession. So there's really a lot of ways that you can take like TOK.
We had a lab where we did transpiration, and this is a well-known theory. It's been around for a long time, but we actually had to prove it. And so this is such a fundamental thing. It's like, how do you prove this? Well, you had to come up with your own way of proving this experiment, and it was really awesome because I really learned how these founders of these theories actually thought through this process, and they found it in the beginning.
For mine, I did Great Gatsby and Korean dramas.
Fun and learning really isn't a paradox. Those two really do go together.
You can't make everything be perfect. Like, you have to like learn as you go.
You learn more about yourself through reading.
In the beginning of high school and earlier, I just accepted things as fact, and we're starting to really try and question like what we know and how we know it.
I used to, just do the bare minimum.
I think IB really bridges the path between high school and college.
Yeah, I think that's pretty significant, especially considering neither of my parents went to college.
Good.
And so, yeah, it was a very distant idea.
I don't think you realize how like limited your knowledge is until for me at least, till IB.
You can't be afraid to take risks because that's what gets you to succeed in IB.
Some people used to be so scared, I've noticed, of giving presentations, and we do them so much that you get used to it. Everybody, like even people that were really shy before, are totally comfortable doing it.
Taking that final step and trying to make that jump and pushing yourself farther.
You definitely become a well-rounded student.
And now I feel like I'm, taking chances, and sometimes it works, or most of the time it works, and sometimes it doesn't. But that's part of the learning process.
I think the world seems almost bigger to me now.
You can't be afraid to be wrong.
I want to learn more, and that I realize there's so much more to learn.
Don't forget to have fun because school's hard. You have to have fun.
Yeah.
Bye.